I decided to do a Nuzlocke run for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. If you don't know what a Nuzlocke run is, it's a certain set of rules to make a Pokemon game harder. 1. You can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter per route. 2. If your Pokemon gets knocked out, it dies and you can't use it again. 3. You have to name each of your Pokemon so you get more attached. I realized that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is pretty different from other Pokemon games in the sense that you don't have to battle Pokemon to catch them. That makes doing a Nuzlocke run of the game considerably easier, so I decided to come up with a couple of extra rules for my Nuzlocke run. 4. If I lose a battle, I lose the entire Nuzlocke, no matter what. I can't go and catch more Pokemon, and I can't use Pokemon that are in the box, even if they didn't faint. 5. Every time I fail to catch a Pokemon, I have to choose one Pokemon on my team to knock out, and it has to be one in my party. Okay, so I did think of these rules after I had already started my Nuzlocke run, but they weren't technically broken at any point, so it's fine, right? Anyway, this is how my Nuzlocke, with a couple modifications, went. So I boot up my Switch, and once I find Professor Oak, he helps me catch Pikachu, who then speedily starts rolling his Pokeball towards the research center. After going inside and claiming Pikachu as my partner, I name him Shoop-de-Whoop. Professor Oak then gives me and Jerkboy, my friend/enemy, a Pokédex. I proceed along Route 1 and catch Weedy the Oddish, and later on Route 22, Peck the Spearow. Shortly after arriving in Viridian City, I find a man standing in front of the Pokemon store who asks me to bring a parcel to Professor Oak. I comply, and upon arriving at the research center, I am challenged to a battle by Jerk. Shortly into the battle, his Eevee has badly injured Shoop-de-Whoop and Weedy, and has killed Peck. In a fit of rage for my lost comrade, I sick Shoop-de-Whoop on Eevee, who quickly finishes the battle. Professor Oak then gives me and Jerk some raspberries. I then travel to the Viridian Forest and catch a tiny Kakuna, which I named Tiny. And when I get to Pewter City, I approach Brock's gym. This is my first gym, and I've never done a Nuzlocke before, plus it's been a while since I played a Pokemon game, so I'm a little nervous. But it turns out Weedy can one-shot Geodude and Onix with Absorb, so it's fine. So I got the Boulder Badge. And I then continue on Route 3 and catch Bitey the Rattata. I eventually reach Mount Moon and I head inside, and inside the cave I catch Rocky the Geodude. I also beat up any Team Rocket grunts that get in my way. I find a fossil, which Jesse and James from Team Rocket then fight me for, but I defeat them with Shoop-de-Whoop and Weedy. I catch another Spearow and I name it Big Bird. And when I get to Cerulean City, I approach Nugget Bridge, but Jerk runs up to me shouting nonsense and somehow challenges me to a battle. This time, along with his Eevee, he has acquired a Pidgey and an Oddish. I make short work of his Pidgey, but his Oddish is a problem. It managed to knock out both Rocky and Bitey before I could defeat it. I eventually managed to knock out his Oddish and Eevee, though. After the battle, Jerk said that he had calmed down, and that what happened was that he had gone to see an eccentric Pokemon trainer named Bill, but when he got there, Bill wasn't there, and there was a talking Pokemon. Right. When I start walking on the bridge, a trainer says if I defeat all 5 trainers, I'll win a prize, so I defeat them easily. After I beat the 5th one, someone gives me a nugget for winning. It then turns out that he is a Team Rocket grunt, and he wants me to join Team Rocket. I refuse, so he fights me. Then Tiny evolves into a Breedrill, and I catch a Psyduck and name it Strange. Then I fight Mindy, the Water Gym leader, and her Starmie almost kills Weedy, but it's all good. I capture Splash the Squirtle, and I decide to go to Bill's house. And it turns out he is indeed a talking Pokemon. He says he accidentally merged himself with a Pokemon, and he needs my help to change back. I help him, so he gives me a couple of cruise liner tickets. Then I catch Angel the Jigglypuff. I meet up with Jerk, and I give him one of my tickets, but then later on the cruise ship, he challenges me to a battle. I make short work of his Pidgeot again, but his Oddish uses Sleep Powder and puts asleep all my Pokemon for easy KOs. When my Pokemon are dead except for Tiny, he decides to wake up and defeat Oddish. And then I defeat Eevee for the win. After that, I add Strange to my party, but my team is still a little small. By now I figured that there's no way I can beat the game, and I'd be lucky if I beat the 3rd gym leader. I go to the captain's office and find him barfing into a trash can. I rose back and somehow that helps. After that, he teaches me his secret technique of hitting small trees. Then Strange dies, and I catch Flare the Growlithe. I decide that if I didn't want to get obliterated in the gym, I would need to do some serious grinding. So I fought as many trainers as I could find, then I made the mistake of fighting a coach trainer. Its Machop used Seismic Toss to knock out Flare and Tiny, and then the Nuzlocke was over. I didn't get very far in my Nuzlocke, but at least I didn't die instantly. There are a few small things that I didn't mention in this video, but most of them probably aren't very interesting, and it would take forever to talk about every single thing in my Nuzlocke. Since this is my first video / animation, I don't have any subs, so if you could sub, that would be really nice. Helpful criticism is also strongly appreciated. I also don't know what the next video I make will be about, but it probably won't be about Pokemon. It might though.